like it today, summer is in the air. Can't you feel it? For many people, summer beckons with adventure and opportunities to explore new places and meet new people. If you are finding yourself in such a state as this, sit back and enjoy a vicarious adventure as Kristina reads The Man Whose Mother Was a Pirate by Margaret Maughy. Thank you, Jonah.
I love children's books. It's helpful that we have grandchildren, so I get to read them more often than I used to. This author I was introduced to by my sister. This particular book was written in 1972. Margaret Maughy was born in New Zealand in 1936. She went on to write more than 40 children's books. I think you will find her writing perspicuous. So I did it. Unfortunately for the world, she died in July of 2012. That makes me sad. I would like to have met her after reading her books. When asked about character development for her books, she answered, "When I have an idea properly established, I think of it all the time. Driving, gardening, shopping. Sometimes the story becomes so interesting to me that real life becomes rather shadowy for a while. In effect, I have to abandon my own life to let the life of the story take over." That was most surely the case when she wrote The Man Whose Mother Was a Pirate. I'm not going to show you the pictures. Did you look at the cover? There was once a little man who had never seen the sea, although his mother was an old pirate woman. The two of them lived in a great city far, far from the seashore. The little man always wore a respectable brown suit and respectable brown shoes. He worked in the neat office and wrote down rows of figures in books, ruling lines under them. Well, one day his mother said, "Shipmate, I want to see the sea again. I want to fire my old silver pistol and see the waves jump with surprise." "Oh, Mother, we haven't got a car or a bicycle or a horse, and we've no money. All we have is a wheelbarrow and a kite." "We must make do," his mother answered sharply. "I will go and load my pistol and polish my cutlass." The little man went to work. "Please, Mr. Fat," begged his boss. "Please, may I have 2 weeks' vacation to take my mother to the seaside?" "I don't go to the seaside," said Mr. Fat crossly. "Why should you?" "It's for my mother," the little man explained. "She used to be a pirate." "Oh, well, that's different," Mr. Fat said. He rather wished he had been a pirate himself. "But make sure you are back in 2 weeks, or I will buy a computer." So off they set. The little man pushing his mother in the wheelbarrow and his mother holding the kite. His mother wore a green scarf and gold earrings. Between her lips was her old black pipe, behind one ear a crimson rose. The little man wore his brown suit buttoned and his brown shoes tied. He trotted along, pushing the wheelbarrow. As they went, his mother talked about the sea. She told him of its voices. "It sings with a booming voice and smiles as it slaps the ships. It screams or sadly sighs. There are many voices in the sea and lots of gossip too. Where are the great whales sailing? Is the ice moving in Hudson Bay? What is the weather in Tierra del Fuego? The sea knows the answers to lots of questions, and one wave tells another." "Oh, yes, Mother," said the little man, whose shoes were beginning to pinch. "Where are you off to?" asked the farmer. "I'm taking my mother to the seaside," said the little man. "I wouldn't go there myself," said the farmer. "It's up and down with those waves, in and out with the tide. The sea doesn't stay put the way a good hill does." "My mother likes things that don't stay put," said the little man. something began to sing in the back of his mind. Could that be the song of the sea? He wondered, as he pushed the wheel around. His mother rested her chin on her knees. Yes, it's blue in the sunshine, she said, and it's gray in the rain. I've seen it golden with sunlight, silver with moonlight, and black as ink at night. It's never the same twice. They came to a river. There was no boat. The little man tied the wheelbarrow to the kite. A wind blew by, ruffling his collar, teasing his neat mustache. Hold tight, mother, he called. Up in the air they went. As the wind took the kite, the little man dangling from the kite string, his mother swung in the wheelbarrow below. This is all very well, Sam, she shouted to him, but the sea, oh, the sea, it tosses you up and pulls you down, it speeds you along and holds you still. It storms you and calms you. There's a bit of everything in the sea. Yes, mother, the little man said. The singing in the back of his mind was growing louder and louder as he dangled from the kite string. The white wings of the birds in the sky began to look like the white wings of ships at sea. The kite let them down gently on the other side of the river. Where are you going? Asked a philosopher fellow who sat reading beneath a tree. I'm taking my mother to the sea, said the little man. What misery, cried the philosopher. Well, I didn't much like the idea to start with, said the little man. But now there's this song in the back of my mind. I'm beginning to think I might like the sea when I get there. Oh, go back, little man, cried the philosopher. The wonderful things are never as wonderful as you hope they'll be. The sea is less warm. The joke less funny. The taste is never as good as the smell. Hurry up, the sea is calling! Shouted the pirate mother, waving her cutlass from the wheelbarrow. The middle man trundled his mother away, and as he ran, he noticed that his brown suit had lost all its buttons. Then something new came into the room's. Glory, glory, there's the sea! Cried his mother triumphantly. Suddenly they came over the hill. And suddenly, there was the sea. The little man could only stare. He hadn't dreamed of the bigness of the sea. He hadn't dreamed of the blueness of it. He hadn't thought it would roll like kettle drums and swish itself on the beach. He opened his mouth in the drift and the dream of it, the weave and the wave of it, the fume and the foam of it never left him again. Further out, the great graceful breakers moved like kings into court, trailing the peacock patterned sea. The little man and his pirate mother danced hippy-hoppy, happy hornpipes up and down the beach. The little man's clothes blew about in the wind, delighted to be free at last. A rosy sea captain stopped to watch them. Well, here are two likely people, he cried. Will you be my bosun, madam? And you, little man, can be my cabin boy. Thank you, said the little man. Say, aye, aye, sir, roared the captain. Aye, aye, sir, replied the little man, just as smartly as if he'd been saying aye, aye, sir, all of his life. So Sailor Sam went on board with his pirate mother and the sea captain. And a year later, someone brought Mr. Fat a green glass bottle with lemonade. Having a wonderful time, the letter read, why don't you run off to sea too? And if you want any more moral to the story than this, you must go to sea and